How to create your dream life as a woman entrepreneur. Do you have dreams of making a living doing what you love, traveling the world, and helping others? Are you an aspiring or established woman entrepreneur wondering what you need to do to live your dream life? If you want to design your ideal life, you're in the right place because in this video, I'm going to show you how to create your dream life as a woman entrepreneur. Hey, welcome back to my channel. If you're new to me, my name is Courtney Sanders. I'm a full-time online life and business coach, as well as wife and mom. I wear all the hats and do all the things. The kids are being unusually quiet, so I'm like, ooh, let's do a video all about creating your dream life, because if I'm honest, it kind of feels weird to say. I'm like, oh my goodness, I don't want to jinx it by creating this video, but I'm living my dream life. And I love that I get to have this brand because I have been documenting my quest to live a dream life for a very long time. So if you're somewhat familiar with my story, you know I got my start in coaching after blogging in college. So I had a series of mess ups in school. I lost my college scholarship, all these things. And so I started reading all of these personal development books, just trying to get my life on track. And because my friends ended up graduating ahead of me because I had to go back and I changed my major and redo credits and all of that, I was alone, right? I went to school at Howard in Washington, D.C. All of my friends graduated on time in 4 years. They moved off to New York City or Atlanta or whatever. And I was still stuck in D.C. for an extra 2 years trying to finish this degree. And so since I was by myself, I started blogging my journey to mastering all of these personal development principles like self-discipline, money management, all the things that I was reading. And I was blogging because, again, I had no friends. They had all graduated. And so I was hoping that maybe if I got some readers, they would read my blog and keep me on track. And so now fast forward, that was, oh my goodness, maybe 2009. So we're looking at 13 years later. I love that I have this record. Like, you can go on my website right now, like CourtneyLSanders.com, go to the little blog section, scroll all the way back, and you can see the blog post that I wrote where I was saying, I want to have this kind of business. I want to be making this much money by this date. I want to be, fit and have my Michelle Obama arms, and, I want to be married, have kids, like all the things that I said I wanted. And so it's super weird. This video is almost like a time machine where I'm like, wow, I read those old blog posts and even just look at old journals that I have here in my house and just documents that I have on my computer. And I'm like, wow, I have been achieving those dreams. I've built a 7-figure business. Yes, we've generated over $1 million just this year, let alone in my entire business, but I've generated a 7-figure business. I've done this from home. I've been working for myself full-time for 6 years now. I quit my full-time job back in 2016. Oh my goodness, I can't even remember. I quit my full-time job in Labor Day of 2016. I'm doing this with 2 kids, right? Under 4. I've married the man of my dreams. Like, all these amazing things have happened. I think I'm still staying in shape, right? I get on my Peloton every day and get it together. And so I think I'm somewhat qualified to talk about living your dream life. And of course, I have more dreams that I'm going after, but I really love that I am achieving those things at the pace that I set for myself. 2 big accomplishments that I have recently as of recording this video, I was able to purchase an investment property cash, and it's already rented out. You might notice that the background in my videos is different. The original videos that I did, I shot them in my investment property, but now the investment property is rented out, so I'm shooting them here at home in my office. But also I was able to purchase a Tesla, right? One of my dream cars, right? I have a few dream cars that I would like to get in the future, but I was able to do that with my business. I'm investing now. Like, there's so many things that I want to do. Like, you don't even know. I have so many dreams even beyond this that I'm still working towards, but I love that I've accomplished the things that I originally set out to, and that I'm on pace to achieve those things even further. And so I thought it'd be fun to do a video talking about what you need to do to achieve your dream life as a woman entrepreneur, because if I do it, you can do it too. So let's get into it. All right, the first thing that you need to do if you want to live your dream life as a woman entrepreneur is to pursue your purpose, not necessarily your passion, right? So I gotta go there, but you got to pursue God's will for your life. So I am a big believer, I'm a follower of Jesus, I am a Christian, and I love how God has just ordered my life. Some of my original dreams, I thought they were gonna go one way, but just as the Bible says, like, acknowledge him in all your ways and he will make your path straight. That's exactly what's happened happened to me, right? Because your girl been crooked sometimes, right? I think I'm on the right path and I'm going down the wrong path. And so I just love that as long as I am focusing on pursuing my purpose and specifically what God put me on this earth for, what am I created to do? What are my strengths? What are my talents? How can I give back to the world? I find that even as I make mistakes and as I make missteps, God has a way of almost like a pinball machine, just kind of like knocking me in a good way back on track so that I'm always kind of going down that straight path. And so I've been very clear from a very early age that, one, I'm a nerd, right? You see these books behind me. This isn't even like a quarter of the books that I have. I love reading. I love learning. I'm always coming up with something. I love pursuing personal development and trying new things. Like I would read books and set goals and do personal development experiments on myself, even if no one paid me money. Like even if I had to pay money to read books, to learn new things, and to do self-improvement experiments on myself, I would pay money to do it, right? So it is a passion of mine, but I know it's also a gift and it's a strength of mine. And so I've loved how I've seen over the years as God has really purposed me to help other people do that if that's not necessarily their strength. Because I believe that we're all on this earth and we're created to do amazing things, but not everyone is as into goal setting as I am. Not everyone is as fast of a learner as I am, right? But I have these gifts. And so I love that, okay, I'm helping other people do them. And because I'm pursuing my purpose, not just my passion, I found that I've been able to achieve my dreams at an accelerated rate. So I know some of y'all roll your eyes. She's talking about God in the Bible again. It's fine. You can ignore this advice at your own risk, but I had to put it here first because it really does make a difference. Okay, the second thing you want to do if you want to create your dream life as a woman entrepreneur is you gotta be honest about what you want. If there's one thing that I am good at, and I get this from my mom, because she taught me this at an early age, is that I am unapologetic about the things I want, right? I said from a very beginning, even before I was married, even before I was dating, I was like, I wanna make a lot of money and I wanna work from home or work from my own office or do what I want. I wanna have kids. I wanna be able to be there for my kids. And I wanna have it all. And I wanna look cute doing it. I wanna wear cute clothes and have my hair done and have my house decorated the way I want it, right? So there's some things I think that sometimes we're scared to admit because we're worried about like what someone else is gonna think. Like, oh, are they thinking that you think you're all that, or you're doing too much, or you're trying to have it all and everybody knows you can't have it all. I am unreasonable in the sense that I know what I want, I'm honest about what I want, and I only pursue what I want. And so it sounds like obvious in hindsight, even me saying it out loud, but oftentimes people don't create the life they want because they're not honest about what they want. And so they are like giving themselves like some lower downgraded version that they think that they can have, and then they're putting all their effort and energy into that downgraded version. And it's like, well, why are you surprised that you are not getting your dream life? You're getting this like second rate version of your dream life because you weren't honest about what you want. So be real about what you want. If you want it all, right? If you want the money and the man and the this and the that, right? I call it business bay, the body of your dreams. Like, stop worrying about what other people think. And I know that's difficult to say on social media. You know, everybody's canceling everybody and whatever. I can't believe you said that. Everybody's super sensitive. But when it comes to actually achieving your dream life, you really have to be locked in on what you want and be like, you know what? If I want to make a lot of money and I want to look good doing it, and, you know, I want to be married and I want my house decorated the way I want to decorate it, then do that, right? Focus on that, right? So be honest about what you want. All right, the third thing you need to do if you want to create the life of your dreams as a woman entrepreneur is you need to write down your dreams. So just as I said at the beginning of this video, one of the things that I feel so fortunate about is that I have records of me writing down my dreams way back when I was 19, 20, 21 years old, right? You go on my website, I got journals here in my office, I got random notes and documents on my phone and on my laptop. Like, I write down my dreams even to this day, and I look at them every single day because it helps order what I'm actually focused on for the day. And so I actually have another video where I talk about how to achieve your goals and how to goal set like a millionaire, so you can go ahead and check that out. But one of the key things is writing down those dreams. So again, if you're honest about it, and more than honest, if you're unapologetic about it, it should be easier to write it down. And the key thing to remember is that no one has to see this but you, right? I have dreams that maybe I've articulated to my husband, but maybe there's specific aspects of it that are just for me. And so I write them down and I keep them where just I can see it, but I focus on them every day. So if you do nothing else, make sure that you are writing down your dreams. All right, I have more advice where that came from, but first I want to hear from you. What's one of your dreams? Go ahead and share it in the comments below. All right, the fourth thing you need to do if you want to create your dream life as a woman entrepreneur is you need to master your money. I talk about this a lot on this channel because one of the things that I'm also unapologetic about is how important money is in our day-to-day life. I think especially in the women's empowerment arena and motivation and life coaching, people like to act like money is this like, oh, you know, I'm better than that. Like, it's not about the money. I just want to help people. Well, the two go hand in hand, right? You can't really help anybody if you can't help yourself and you don't have extra wherewithal. And so oftentimes people who say that they don't care about the money, every day they go to a job they hate because they have to pay bills, which proves they do care about the money. So one of the best things that you can do for creating your dream life is to master your money and be money savvy. And part of that is being honest about the world that we live in, right? We live in a world where things cost money. We live in a world where people are competing for resources, right? And so people who create more value and they're able to monetize that, essentially they're willing to spend more money on the things that they want in order to live their dream life. And so if you want those things as well, you have to step up to the plate and focus on mastering your money, and you really want to be savvy. In fact, one of the things that I talked about at the beginning of this video, one of the goals that I achieved, I got a Tesla. How I was able to get that Tesla, I actually didn't have to pay any money out of pocket. I'm money savvy, and so I learned some tricks of the trade when it comes to managing your money like a millionaire, which is another video that I have coming up. But I learned, okay, how to take my business profits and how to buy assets, and then how to use the cash flow from those assets to then pay for my liabilities, i.e. my Tesla. So my Tesla is a business car. I won't go super in depth about this because, you know, we'll be way off topic for this video, but I was able to get a commercial loan on my Tesla that is paid for by my investment property. So I'm 100% out of it. You know, the property is paid for in cash, so there's nothing I need to do. It's cash flowing. The cash flow pays for my Tesla and then some, right? So that's just an example of what I mean when it comes to being savvy about your money. You want to know how to invest. You want to know how to make money moves like this because it makes it easier for you to get the things that you want in your life. All right, the fifth thing that you need to master if you want to create your dream life as a woman entrepreneur is you need to master a high income skill. So this is related to the last point that I talked about in terms of mastering your money, but it's a lot easier if you learn a high income skill. And I'm focusing this on women entrepreneurs, especially because oftentimes when we say, okay, I want to start a business, we will deliberately put ourselves into businesses and business niches that don't make a lot of money, right? Or maybe we get into a niche that could make a lot of money, but because the way we're positioning ourselves, we're targeting, you know, the bottom end of that niche. And so we're selling, you know, $150 coaching sessions and $5 ebooks, and we're wondering why it's so difficult to make money. If you learn nothing else, you really want to master a high income skill, because the beauty of it is once you have that skill, no one can take it away from you. You have it for the rest of your life. And so you really want to use that high income skill because that's going to be the lever that you then maximize your money with. And I have whole other videos on mastering your money mindset and savvy money moves that you can make, but it does start with a high income skill. It's very difficult to do on a low income. And one thing that I don't like online, I know that when it comes to money, there's a lot of talk about like how to manage your money on a small salary, which I think is super important, how to budget, how to still save, even if you don't make a lot of money. Like all of that is great, but some of that content comes across as if like, oh, it's not a big deal that you don't make a lot of money and that you should be content to not make a lot of money. And it's like, no, you need to get a high income skill. Start there. If you're not making a lot, learn how to save, learn how to budget or whatever, but you really need to be investing in getting a high income skill, because once you get that high income skill and you're able to sell it for a lot more money, that is really going to create a launching pad for you so that you can buy assets and do all of these things. And then the crazy thing is once you have all of these cash flowing assets and, you know, it's basically paying for your lifestyle and you're financially independent, Then you can go back to a low salary if you want to. Maybe you're just super passionate about teaching. You know, teaching doesn't pay a lot. Well, because you first focused on getting a high income skill, you invested in all these different assets, you made smart money moves. Now that is taking care of your financial life. Now you can live your dream life and go be a teacher or go travel the world or go get in ministry or whatever. You don't have to worry about money because all this is taken care of, but you wouldn't have been able to get those assets had you not mastered that high income skill first. So it's so important. I'll probably have to do a whole nother video about that. Leave a comment below if you want me to create a video about how to master a high income skill. Okay, I hope you really enjoyed this video, particularly about the part with mastering your money and creating a high income skill. If you're struggling with that, I invite you to join me on my free Nail Your Niche Challenge. It's a 5-day live challenge where I help you nail a business niche that is going to help you become profitable. Now, I'm saying it's free because it's free at the time of this recording, but I don't know if we'll be charging for it in the future because the content that I teach on this challenge is actually paid content that I typically teach my clients. So I'm experimenting, I'll be honest with that. I'm doing something new and we're gonna see how it goes free, but I also limit it. So even though it's free for now, I limit the amount of people who can register because we have an option where you can upgrade and you can get direct coaching from me live. Again, this is live, it'll be on Zoom if you want me to give you direct input on your niche. And I wanna make sure that everybody who participates is going to be able to get adequate, attention and information for joining the challenge. So we limit the amount of spots that we do when we open these. As of this recording, one is open right now. A challenge is coming up. So go ahead and click the link below to grab a spot. If you go to the page and you see that spots are available, go ahead and sign up so that you can join in on this month's round of the Nail Your Niche Challenge. All right, that's all I got for you. If you can't wait until my next video, which should be coming soon because I'm uploading a lot more these days, you can follow me on Instagram if you want to get the behind the scenes of my life. And if you can't wait for YouTube or Instagram, go ahead and go to my podcast on iTunes and Spotify where you can get even more great content like this. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe. And with that, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.